Alright. I believe the next thing I have is Destiny Islands. The real question is, how long is Destiny Islands? And do I even go to tutorial? Oh boy. B-Day's already here. Hello. Yes, the Final Fantasy. I had no idea these were Final Fantasy characters until Inferno went, oh, you mean the Final Fantasy characters? What do you mean they're not original Kingdom Hearts characters? Pretty sure they even go away after like 2. I don't think they show up in any game after 2. Alright, let's see how large this map is. Oh, that's not long at all. Only 8 rooms. Technically, there are Final Fantasy characters in Remind DLC. Whether we want to call that a separate game or not, it's up to you. They also said that Final Fantasy characters are returning in 4. I don't know if there was a... Oh, who's my character? What does this guy do? He's my attack range? Okay, this deck stinks. They did not give me a good one. I don't know if there was like distribution rights being... Well, Final Fantasy is made by Square Enix, right? So there shouldn't have been, but not entirely sure why they didn't have characters. I mean, they had Jack Sparrow, and isn't that all you need in a Kingdom Hearts game? Well, regardless of what happened behind the scenes, they learned their lesson because they're adding it into 4.
Take this. Come on. Out of my way.
Ow.
Like it.
That's whenever 4 decides to come out.
Like it. Take this. Darkness.
Well, as for me, I had to be, someone had to point out to me that the Final Fantasy characters weren't in the game. Because I was much more interested in what was actually happening with the original characters. I've heard that they're dropping the Disney Tides, but I also heard that that's incredibly unlikely. That was just a rumor. Being that Disney owns the entire series. pretty sure they have full rights over the series. It's just Square Enix is hired to make it. I could look further into it. But currently, I'm fighting darkness. Yeah, it might have been their idea. Let's see if I can find a source more reliable than thegamer.com. Actually, let me look around this room first for any more enemies to murder. That's the I mean, true, we have no idea what's going on because as much hints as we get to what's going to happen, the next game usually is so far off the wall. But I think the situation it's in is like who owned Halo, Bungie or Microsoft? It was Microsoft. Bungie just made Halo. I just walked into the room. Melee smacked.
Just me.
Well, people grow out of things, change their interests.
Like it.
I mean, I played Destiny for 7, 8+ years and stopped playing it because I grew out of interest of how the game was being handled. And a lot of people didn't like 3, so... Although I feel like most people agree that,
Like it.
I mean, going to the part, did you not like the whole Birth by Sleep section, or...?
Get a load of this.
That's not who I wanted.
Like it. Just me. Get a load of this.
Oh, that's completely understandable. I had to play this game on the collection because I didn't know that I knew about Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I played 1. And I'm so glad I played the side games before playing 2. And that was definitely an interesting decision they made to put Chain of Memories on as a critical part of the story on a whole different system. Birth by Sleep was PSP, I believe.
Out of my way.
Yeah, I could totally see that. A lot of people say, like, I found out the other day that, oh my word, I did not know what toxic fan base was until I started talking to people who play Kingdom Hearts. But they were talking about what was a better system, or more specifically, someone say play 2 before Days, even though Days is a prequel that explains a lot of the gaps in 2. And If you want my advice, don't play this one. Watch the story. Don't like watch the story on YouTube. Don't bother playing it. Ah, great. But Days explains so much that happens in 2. And people are very adamant that you don't play Days first because apparently the mystery is what makes 2 good, when in reality it had a broken story. Square's a big company. The whole thing is vast. Technically, Square Enix made the Supreme Commander games. I feel like almost every single oh, it's a publishing company. Are you talking about like games that they firstly were whatchamacallit working on designing? Because isn't it like similar to Activision? Because Activision's also huge, but I don't think it makes most games.
Take this. Come on.
I remember seeing Activision on like every single PS2 game do this.
Just me.
Run out of time on that one.
Take this.
Although I would stand by that, I think 3. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to continue replaying the games before I make a true judgment. But I would say 3, in my opinion, is better than 2 in so many different ways.
Take this.
That being said, I didn't like 2's combat, and that's what's the main selling point for a lot of people, was its combat.
Like it.
Then again, all their combats are better than this.
Like it.
Well, that's what I liked about it. It was fun combat. And if it was too easy for you, then you didn't do Remind.
Come on.
Remind, do you remember in 2, at the end of 2, you could go to the Chapel of Anticipation? No, that's at Elden Ring. Wrong game. The spot in Radiant Garden where you got to fight all the Organization 13 again, but they're all souped out. The Remind introduces that into Kingdom Hearts 3, which is some of the most difficult combat I have ever played in the... Well, it might have been the 1.5 mix. Or 2.5 mix. But it is... That pushes the combat of 3 to its absolute max.
Take this. Come on.
The only game I played the original version of was, or I guess I played the original version of 3, but was Kingdom Hearts 1. I played the original one on PS2, and the biggest change between 1.5 and 1 was you could no longer cheese the Maleficent fight. Which was such a bummer to me that I had to actually figure out her moveset. Because you used to be able to just sit on top of a branch and spam Fireball. Also, be able to look up. The vertical, the ability, the camera controls of the original Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if it was just my TV I played on, but they were awful. Circle around. It was indeed a frog. I get why people like it. Like, why people say that they think it's the best Kingdom Hearts game. It definitely, for what it was and what it came out with, it definitely was fantastic. But to call it the best when accurate, how do I put it? It's like comparing Final Fantasy VII versus Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's, in every single way, the remake's better, but that doesn't make it a better game because 7, when it first came out, I don't know, had charm? I don't know, I didn't see 1 to have much of promise at all. The combat system maybe, but the it was just a Disney combat game. And the combat did get better. I mean, did the story get better? It could have wrapped up as it was. They didn't have to lock Riku behind the thing. Like, one Chain of Memories and 2 could just be considered their whole complete story. And if you really want to, you could throw, I don't know, I don't think the story showed very much promise. It's literally light versus dark, Mickey Mouse, and visiting Disney worlds and replaying Disney stories.
Take this. Come on.
I guess I had a good amount of mystery to it, to what does any of this mean. But then again, you were playing with Donald Duck and Goofy. It's the general premise of the entire series is a nutcase.
Like it.
I don't think they would have been better without them. I think if you had 2 new original characters and you just made the like a jungle-esque world, a desert world, and whatever instead of Disney worlds, then the do you mean in combat or in story? Like, because in combat, you could technically control their AI a little bit. Okay, hold on. I'm bullied. And even if you couldn't control either of them, Donald's heals came into clutch some special time. If anything, they were just a bigger inventory with a heal attached to them. With an automatic heal.
Like it. Take this. Like. Take this.
Donald and Goofy, definitely in most cases, were either something for the enemy to lock onto, or something to hold all my potions. So when I accidentally get hit and drop directly into the red, something would be there to immediately heal me. So what I think is, if you just replace them with their original characters instead of Donald Goofy, then I don't think the game would be better off. You could have less Disney tie-ins, but then again, that's one of the selling points of the games, is Disney characters. Like, I absolutely adore the Pirates of the Caribbean worlds.
Take this. Come on. Out of my way.
And they also grew on me. Ooh, I completely disagree. I didn't use any of the temporary characters because none of their how do I put this? I would never swap Donald out, ever. Donald's just a heal spell. And Goofy had so much mana in the first game for no reason. And Goofy also got the ability to well, give his mana to Donald, who would use that to heal me. I like how the temporary partners work in the later games, where instead of swapping them out, they're either just with you, or in Chain of Memories here, you just got them as a card, and you can summon them in to help you out the same way you would with Donald and Goofy. The only reason why you don't see them here is because Riku doesn't have friends.
Take this.
Riku's only friend is Mickey Mouse. I'm also a giant sucker for any game that decides Mickey is just one of the most powerful beings in all of existence, and I'm all for that. Like, Mickey for Riku is just a heal spell. He's a free heal and he stuns everything on the screen. It's great. He also in 2, when he comes in to help Sora and he's just practically invulnerable, it's fantastic. In Birth by Sleep, when the trio are having the hardest time and you just see Mickey's boot walk on screen, it's great. And then in Remind, when everyone else gets defeated by the 13 copies of Xehanort, because 13 is such a cool number, and Mickey ends up fighting them all and winning. Great, I love it.
Take this. Like it. Just me.
Uh-oh. Rude.
Your Majesty, come on. Yeah. Take this. What? Darkness.
I also really like the combat system. I know everyone says that it's just X Simulator, and it is, and I like that. I love being able to look really cool by spamming the same button over and over again, and sometimes adding a Y. Or a triangle, or whatever system you played on it.
Like it. Take this. Like it. Yeah. Take.
It's honestly one of the... Okay. So, I do have this issue with most games I play. If I find something that works, I will not try my absolute best not to learn new mechanics. Because, and I understand, when things get harder, I'm gonna have to sit down and actually read the instructions and how things work. But if push comes to shove, I didn't like 2 because the forms had drawbacks. And if the unit didn't have a drawback, smacking something in the face usually worked out in my favor. You know what also didn't have drawbacks? Forms in 3.
Take this.
As a matter of fact, the anti-form, it was almost entirely a positive thing in 3 as well. It was a great get out of jail free card. Still had some risk to it, but once you learned how to deal with those, then the anti-form stopped being anything more than nuisance. If I remember correctly, they changed your movesets. They changed all of your abilities. Oh, some of them had dodges. Some of them had different types of blocks that wouldn't work the same as everything else. I think the only one that had like the least obvious drawback was I want to say Wisdom form. What was the white one? Besides that being just a spell focused one in general. You also had to level each form. Which I was not about to reset all of my... okay. I was not about to reset all of my abilities. I was not about to reset all my abilities. Just so I can farm.
Take this. Just me.
That being said, I'm probably going to max out all the forms, which may change my opinion on it. Because if I'm going to lax level and Chain of Memories, which takes way too long, I might as well max level on everything else. Also, flow motion is fantastic.
Take this.
Although you probably didn't play Dream Drop Distance either. You want to talk about a story that makes no sense?
Like it. Take this.
The absolute best part about Dream Drop Distance was when the enemies were doing exposition to explain to Sora what actually is going on because he had no idea. His response was just simply, "That's nuts." He was like, "That your plan makes no sense. How in the world are you doing this?"
Take this. Like it.
Dream Drop introduced flow motion, and it was insanely broken in that game. In Kingdom Hearts 3, you can jump off a wall and then dash, but you won't attach to that wall again. In Dream Drop, if you dash back into the wall, you can reattach it, so you can climb all the buildings. It was great. You can get there was nothing outside of your reach. It also had the best one of the best final boss battles in the entire, in my opinion, the best was Young Xehanort. The whole theming of it, and you got to fight the fight as Riku, which I love playing as Riku.
Yeah, ha, like it. Take this.
Although the whole time travel plot is, can I stop being bullied by some plants?
Like it.
What's this, Smash Bros? The whole plot of it is lucrative, to say the least.
Take this.
Although Riku's plot was pretty nice and simple. It was simply young Xehanort getting incredibly frustrated at why Riku is still here.
Like it.
This man's like, I'm gonna unleash this ultimate darkness in order to take you out because you're just Riku. You fall into the darkness. And by the end of the game, he's just screaming at the screen like, why are you still here? I have killed you more times than I can count. And they end up finding young Xehanort as Riku. Great.
Take this. Like it. Darkness. Yeah. Yeah. Take this.
I think I killed everything in this room. Although I do have to say, I can't imagine playing 2 without playing this game. I barely can imagine playing 2 without 358. Well, still kind of want to save it. It's bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Like it. Yeah. Ha. Take this. Like it. Ha. Take this. Darkness. Your Majesty. Ah, time's up. Yeah. 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 Huh. Yeah. Yeah.
Although I guess the ultimate point at the end of the day is they're all games about Mickey Mouse, Sora, or Sora, Donald, and Goofy saving the day with light versus dark. So they're meant to be silly, they're meant for you to have fun. Well, they're meant to be silly until they're very dark and depressing and make you want to cry. But those are the side games, so that doesn't count.
Take this.
Oh, if you want to have anger point against 3. 3 doesn't have a Sephiroth fight. I don't know why it doesn't have a Sephiroth fight. Like, if he was the only Final Fantasy character there, I don't think anyone would bat an eye. But they didn't get Sephiroth. He wasn't even the secret boss of Remind. I don't think we've killed him either of the times. In the first game, he was still around after to find Cloud. And I'm pretty sure in the second game, he just goes, "That was fun," and then goes in search for Cloud. Have you seen those memes of Sephiroth following Cloud to Smash, and then it's Sora following Sephiroth to Smash? Well, that's Final Fantasy VII. I still need to play 7. But I have quite a few games lined up before I get to 7. Ow. I mean, I heard nothing but great things about it. I'm sure the game is phenomenal, but I have a list of games I want to play before. Like, I need to play Final Fantasy 1 through 6 in order to make the story make sense, right? The remake. I guess I could play the original, but I hear great things about the remake as well. I hear great things about both of them. Although isn't the original like PS1 graphics? Yeah. I'm mainly talking about the remake. I don't even want to know what the original Final Fantasy looked like. I thought Final Fantasy was a more recent series that just passed out a bunch of games in the last, 15 years. And then I started talking about it, and my dad was like, "Oh, I didn't know Final Fantasy was still around." And I'm like, if you know what Final Fantasy is, this thing's ancient. Yeah, pretty ancient. Apologize to anyone who is born in 1989, but you're officially ancient. I don't know how else to put it. That's what? The 80s were... 80 was 40, so 35 years ago? Yeah, 35 is pretty ancient nowadays. Beatcakes is older than... B-Day is older than Demo. Straight up dinosaur ages. B-Day's in New Game Plus 2.
Darkness.
Straight up dinosaur over here. Yzma. I think Demo's like 30, 31 maybe.
Like it. Take this. Like it.
How dare you block every single one of those?
Like it. Yeah.
I never looked and saw what any of these new cards I got did.
Like it.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea what I experienced in this game. Drop and despawn. Like, the experience is like the Moonies in the other game. And it's so frustrating trying to level up and something gets stuck, you know, like it's stuck in some sort of a combo and have to fight something. And you lose out on experience that you just murdered someone for because something else tried to murder you. Very frustrating.
Take this. Like it.
What does my... This guy... Obliterate enemies with finishing blows of a combo of a higher success. Nice. I don't have a specific enemy card. Fine.
Take this.
Oh, let me see if I can find the name of it. There was this game that I played that was straight. It was awful. Let's see if I can find the stream. Fear and Hunger. Have you ever played Fear and Hunger? Fear and Hunger is probably one of the worst gaming experiences I have ever played before. I don't mind that the save is on a coin flip because apparently you're supposed to play it without ever saving. So I guess the coin flip makes sense because, you know, it's a maybe you'll be able to save because we don't want you to save. Whether or not an enemy kills you is based off a coin flip sucks. And people were telling me, hey, in order to just avoid every single fight, except the fights you need to fight in order to progress, which is half the game.
Take this.
Or items you found are based off of coin flips when, in order to get the key, in order to free the girl, you have to flip a coin. Isn't that like a major part of the story is freeing this girl?
Take this.
It was a... I don't like chance in my games.
Like it.
If I'm able to perform an attack properly, correctly, I want that attack to work.
Take this.
That being said, if you want to watch me rage at it, it's the VOD is still up. Just need to go a little bit back in my streaming library. And it's not even brutal as in things are difficult. The game can just screw you over. It's just there. It just screws you over. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. It's an entire game based off how lucky you're feeling, and it is. You could be doing fantastic and just flip it wrong. You should watch mine and Fur's Elden Ring with randomizers. Every Friday.
Take this. Like. Yeah. Take this. Like it.
Yeah.
Take this. Like it. Darkness.
There we go.
Your Majesty.
Then to win, Mickey.
Time's up.
Yeah, Mickey's also a ghost for the entirety of this game. Just a spirit guiding, or up until the end. Just a spirit guiding, Riku around. Just such a funny take on the character of him just being this, like, what were those Wii games that had Mickey Mouse with the paintbrush? Where's the exit? There's the exit. Oh, I almost missed someone. Those games, I didn't actually play those games, I watched my brother play those games, but those were really funny to watch, as it was just Mickey Mouse being the strongest character in fiction.
Like it.
Did you know that... Ooh, level up. Did you know level up? Did you know that Scrooge McDuck is the richest person at some absurd number with way too many zeros? He holds the largest bank account. Does this go well? Oh no. Oh! Ah! I tempted fate.
Like it. Take this. Like it. Yeah. Take this. Like it.
Am I confused on which room I made?
Take this.
I guess I am. The other rooms didn't have that jump. How dare?
Darkness. Darkness. Yeah.
Nice. Ooh. Love how calmly he climbs that ladder. Oh, B-Day, do you want to see the most ridiculous thing ever? When Riku rolls, he does a one-handed front flip. He has no... And he's like stiff as a board the entire time, too. The amount of strength this man has in his arm.
Take this.
It's so over the top and it's great.
Like it.
Sora does that normal roll where he ducks his head in and he actually rolls like a normal person. Riku doesn't follow those rules. He's too cool to do that.
Darkness. Come on.
Boing. Let's see. Oh, let's kill him first.
Take this. Yeah. Ha.
Ow.
Like it. Your Majesty. Come on. Yeah. Take this. Just me. Out of my way.
And slam. On the Sora side of the on the Sora side of this game, you're able to create your own deck. Where on the Rikus, you can't customize the deck at all, and you just have to use what's given to you. At this point in the game, with the Sora's deck, I unlocked a combination of cards. There was 2 attacks and that one dragon from Mulan, small one, and it was a Mega Flare, and it just killed the entire room instantaneously. It was so strong, and I don't get that as Riku, so this is taking so much longer to do Destiny Islands. 7 or higher. Guess I can give them a 9.
Like it. Come on. Yeah. Like it.
Say what you want about Riku, he has the most character growth in all the series.
Like it.
Everyone else is either Sora or depressed.
Like it. Yeah.
Yep, fell straight to the bottom, gave into darkness almost immediately, doomed his island. Got the Keyblade for maybe 3 minutes, got that taken back from him.
Take this.
And he has to work his way back up.
Like it.
Well, okay, you can't compare anything to Avatar, it's just the greatest. It's just the gold standard of the animation, so.
Take this. Like it.
I don't think Riku counts as a redeemed hero. I think he counts as a fallen hero who was redeemed. Because it's never a situation of him being evil, and more of a situation of him trying to do good in the wrong ways. Like, the whole point of this game is him resisting the darkness and trying to figure a way how to use darkness without falling under the control of Ansem.
Like it.
And then, you mean to tell me that Sora's right when he said, "You're stupid"? I think the word you're looking for is antagonist. Because Maleficent was the villain until Ansem took over. But Riku was the antagonist because he was the one doing or challenging Sora's worldview. Because the only time they actually fight is right after right before you fight Maleficent and right after you fight Maleficent. And the first time was him trying to prove that he can save Kairi. and the second time he was Ansem. So I guess you only fight Riku once in the entire series. I guess there's that one argument that he had in on Hook's pirate ship.
Like it. Take this. Like it.
Although that does make it the question, who is Dark Riku in 3? Because Dark Riku is just Ansem, but Ansem's also there. But Ansem is just a split of Terranort, but Terranort is also there. But Terranort is just a body swap into Xehanort, and Xehanort's also there. So you got 3 people who are the exact same. They're all Xehanort.
Like it. Take this.
Honestly, Birth by Sleep was such a good story. If you would want to play any of the side games, it would be Birth by Sleep. It's so good.
Take this. Like it.
Technically, that wasn't the writing of 3, that was the writing of Dream Drop Distance, which was also the writing of
Like it. Just me.
yeah, Birth by Sleep is great. I don't think you just emoted on me. I don't think 3's writing was necessarily bad.
Take this.
I think it was, I don't even say rushed. It was
Get a load of this.
Newt.
Darkness.
Excuse you. How did you break my thing for 1? You know, the more I think about it, the moment I was completely fine with the time traveling to bring all the Xehanorts together for one last hoorah. That I'm fine with. The way that they worked around it, especially since the Keyblade wielders can travel through time. That's a whole thing that can happen. It was the thing that I disliked the most about the story was one Xehanort just going, "Oh, I guess I was just wrong." That felt very anticlimactic. But what bugged me the most was Sora died and went to heaven and pretty much got told, "Wait, you're not supposed to die yet," and then got sent back to Earth.
Darkness.
That was supposed to be a massive heal, and walking into darkness instead. Cannot believe it. Like, the whole heaven dream sequence was... It was a narrative choice, to say the least. I want her. Also, the 3 also has the same where Woody tells young Xehanort that the reason why he's evil is because he has no friends.
Take this.
Woody roasted young Xehanort, and I feel like that deserves a plus.
Darkness.
Yeah, I think Donald and Goofy should have been knocked out from, or Donald's supposed to have been knocked out from him casting Zeta Flare. And then through the through the anger and frustration of immediately losing one of their players, Sora summons the entire online community to obliterate the dark. The whole dream sequence was not necessary. The whole heaven thing. That being said, Sora also punched Davy Jones in the face. With Sora punching, and the whole ice dog battle of Arendelle. Oh my goodness, I did not really enjoy the Frozen world, but the Frozen boss fight was heavenly.
Like it.
I also really liked the Xehanort, Master Xehanort final boss battle. The Master Xehanort boss battle was, not only was it the only one where he didn't turn into a giant ship, but it was very dynamic.
Like it.
The whole fighting him, fighting him on the ground to start, and then being thrown underwater and having to use the Pirates of the Caribbean combat system, only to be tossed into the air to use aerial combat system, and then being thrown into the final battle arena and forced to use the darkness combat system. And then for Don and Goofy to come back for you to have all the combat available to you. That was such a good boss fight.
Just me.
Where,
Out of my way.
Xemnas was a cinematic masterpiece of a boss fight. Master Xehanort was mechanically a very good boss fight.
Come on. Like it.
Also, Sully and Mike Wazowski threw Vanitas through a door.
Take this.
And yes, Yeetus Vanitas.
Get a load of this.
It's such a goofy game, I can't help but love it. It's so goofy.
Like it. Take this. Like it.
Also, everyone got a happy ending too. The fact that when Roxas came back, Xion came back, which was great. Axel got his character redemption. Although his character redemption happened more in Birth by Sleep. Not Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance.
Just me.
The Terra came back. Ow.
Come on. Get a load of this.
And I say those are all pluses. I know some people don't like happy endings and prefer that some characters just stay dead. But for a game that's all goofy and it's supposed to be lighthearted, having it end with everyone getting a happy ending was sorely needed. Alright, last room. What room do I want to do? Another roulette room. Back.
Take this. Like it.
Do you think Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna have Star Wars in it? That's currently a cash grab right now.
Take this. Like it. Just me. Get a load of this.
A Star Wars world, a Marvel world,
Come on.
ow.
Yeah. Like it.
People already say that having,
Take.
the main reason why I wouldn't want a Star Wars world is because I can totally see the scene being Luke redeeming, you know, Luke and Darth Vader's having their moment while Sora has to defeat the Emperor. And then Sora has to give a speech to redeem Vader. Which I just can't picture without laughing.
Take this.
Just hearing Luke Skywalker go, "I'll never join the dark side," and Sora going, "Yeah, because the light's what we need."
Like it. Take this. Yeah.
Or just the attack on New York City from the original Avengers, and just having Sora be in the lineup with Donald and Goofy would just be
Like it.
all new characters, as in like, well, Sora's gonna be in it. We know that. Do you mean new characters as in like no Disney Worlds? Or new characters as in new protagonists, stuff like that? Because we already know what half of the cast is gonna be like.
Take this.
And I say no very loosely because it could really be anything.
Get a load of this.
Well, we got... I don't really know the story behind Yakuzuki, or whoever his name is, from Remind, since he's supposed to be a big part of it. Riku is searching for Sora and Kairi, so he ends up in the same world as them.
Take this.
The Master of the Masters is supposed to be mentioned somewhere along the line, and you got the four, or whatever they're called, the animal people, with Digvar. So we know what at least part of the cast is gonna be. Although if you didn't do any of the side games, then you wouldn't know who the Master and Masters and the animal people are, or who the Yakuza or whatever his name is. So they would be somewhat new. About as new as Roxas was at 2.
Take this. Yeah. Just me. Get a load of this.
But then how are they gonna sell the games?
Like it.
One of the reasons why I disliked 2 was because of Sora. Because if you play Days First, 358 Days First, you get to know the Organization 13 members and you understand all their motives and whatnot. And Sora just pops out after this really depressing story. This really depressing story that occurred. You see Sora dancing in a circle with Donald and Goofy, going la la la, and I'm like, Sora, you're standing on the grave of Roxas right now.
Like it. Take this. Darkness. Darkness.
I just want more Roxas. If anything, I'd be happy if there weren't many new characters. I want to see Roxas and Ventus. Like, I wouldn't mind a game that's just... Oh. I wouldn't mind a game if it was just the other characters' stories. Like, how does Roxas interact with Vanitas? They both look identical. How does Aqua interact with Domine? And Kyrie? Does Kyrie, actually Kyrie isn't there right now, but does Kyrie ever actually become useful? I want to see Terra and Riku, because Terra and Riku is supposed to be trained by Terra according to the lore. Because he was chosen to be Terra's successor. Obviously, yeah. With 4 coming out, Memory Melody, I haven't played that one yet, but that one's supposed to be other characters doing stuff, a slight story while playing a rhythm game. And it's not going to be 4, because 4 is going to be about Sora. All the mainline ones are about Sora. But the side games after that, that's what I'm excited about. The side games are pretty good. Alright, time for me to fight, I think, Zaxian. Harry. There is your Final Fantasy character name.
Huh?
Man, just roasted him. He destroyed your world.
This is that night.
All of the islands you grew up on were sundered, scattered. Many hearts were forever lost to the darkness. Because of what you did! You hated being an islander, so you opened the door to darkness and destroyed the islands. It was you! You were pulled into the darkness then, and now you belong to the darkness. You should look. Look at what you truly are!
How rude. Yeah, I thought this was Sora. I don't think Riku's old enough to drive.
Like it! Take this!
Did I use my 0?
Just me!
That's not good. Let's go.
This one's mine!
Man, that's really disappointing.
Come on! This one's mine!
There we go.
Like it! Take this! Like it!
I don't think this is supposed to be considered the real boss fight of the island. I'm 90% sure we fight Zaxian after.
Your Majesty! Time's up!
Sick finished. And the winner is Sora. Dark Side. My favorite DC villain. Looks so.
Sora! Sora!
That's it. What? Do I get a choice? Do I talk to Sora or go to the door? Or is this just the exit in case if I want to leave? That's just the exit. Okay. Hi, Sora.
Sora, it's me. Oh! What?
It's me.
Stop it, Sora! Don't you recognize me?
Yeah, I recognize you. I can see exactly what you've become.
Ow. Just locked his heart.
How can the light hurt you? Riku, have you really become a creature of the dark? You're not Riku anymore. You're just a pawn of the darkness. So be it. It's time for you to face the light!
I'm fading. Fading away into the light.
You won't fade. You can't fade. There's no power that can defeat you. Not the light, not the dark. So don't run from the light, and don't fear the darkness, because both will make you stronger.
Make me stronger? Darkness too?
Yeah, strength that's yours. The darkness inside your heart, it's vast and it's deep. But if you can, truly stare into it and never try to look away, you won't be afraid of anything again.
All this time I've tried to push the darkness away.
You've got to just remember to be brave. Know that the darkness is there and don't give in. If you do that, you will gain strength. The kind that's unlike any other. You'll be able to escape the deepest darkness.
And I'll be able to see through the brightest light.
Follow the darkness. It'll show you the way to your friends.
Can I face them?
I did not know they were the same.
You don't want to?
You know I do. Of course. And I will. With my strength. My dark strength.
I did not know Source was the
Darkness!
same actor as the kid from Sixth Sense. Hey, he's edgy to hedgy.
Impossible! How is it that you found me when you were there in the light?
You reek of darkness. Even the light can't block the smell. I guess I followed the darkness right to you.
This is absurd. Then I shall make you see that your hopes are nothing. Nothing
Here's the
but a
real
mere
boss
illusion.
fight. Although I am level 50 something, so I don't actually know if this would be really difficult or not. Hey, 13th dilemma. 13th dilemma, let's go.
There.
Oh, I'm just in permanent dark mode? Nice. Is he eating my cards? Do I have I don't have a 0. Okay, I need you to... There.
Majesty! Time's up. Your memory shall be mine.
He took my 0.
Looks like I have enough. Your end is near.
What is this?
What is this?
Oh. He also wants to know what is this. I have like no cards left. So my cards are my attacking. If he takes my cards, I have less attacks. And the less attacks I have, the less strong cards I have to counter. Which allows him just spam slights until I'm dead.
Go! Your memory shall be mine. Just me.
Oh, perfect.
You should share your Looks like I have
Unfortunately, that's not exactly how it works in this game. You want to have as many cards as humanly possible, so you can build stronger attacks, so you can do stronger things.
so bad.
Oh, that was a fake card? He took so many of my cards.
Looks like I have an What is this? What is this?
Give me my cards back. Give me my cards back. That very first card's a fake. Would you
Your memory shall be mine.
There we go. The thing with this one is you want as many cards as possible because you use cards that attack, and if you run out of cards you have to reload. If you make a sleight, which is 3 cards in one move, one of those cards are gone for the entire fight, so you're down to 2. If you get too low on cards, then the enemy can just simply spam cards that are higher than yours, make it impossible for you to actually break their cards in a counterattack. You have to dodge and just attack when they're open. Which this game does not give many openings.
After all your protests, you're still like us on the side of darkness.
I know who I am.
When did that happen? You were always terrified of the dark before.
Not anymore!
Oh yeah, this combat system is fantastic for any game that's not a Kingdom Hearts game. It should not be in this game. This was 100%. How do we make Kingdom Hearts have combat in a 2D Game Boy game, where it might have been just regular DS game? Now, I'm pretty sure that makes Dana or Ansem our last major villain. PSP was Birth by Sleep. I think it was a DS game.
What is he? No one's ever won the darkness the way that he does. It's impossible.
Hey, it's Axel.
Oh yes, the replica, of course. We can use this Riku to defeat the real one. Axel?
Wouldn't you like to be real? All you need is the kind of power that the real Riku doesn't have. If you can get that, you can be a new person, not Riku, nor anybody else. You won't just be a copy of someone, you will be unique, your own self.
Axel! What are you saying to him?
You know, he's as good a place to start as any.
You can't do this! No!
So sorry, Zexion. You just found out way too much.
Was that 2 kills for Axel?
Riku. Riku.
Who's there?
I know you can feel it.
I love how this game has like 4
The
tracks.
grip that I have on your heart. You have led in the darkness, Riku. That means very soon your heart shall become an all-consuming darkness.
I'm not like that now.
Yes, you are.
Can't move.
The deeper the darkness runs inside you, the stronger I become. Controlling you is effortless. Must you interfere again?
He is so upset.
Ooh, sure glad I made it in time. That ought to keep Ansem busy for a while.
It's Mickey!
Sorry I couldn't come here sooner, Riku.
Your Majesty, is it you?
Uh-huh. Whoa! That tickles!
Greatest scene ever.
This time, you're not an illusion. I'm so glad that you can make it here.
I made a promise to you that I would find a way, didn't I? Oh.
I'm okay. Don't worry. Guess I'm just relieved. I've been alone so long. And having someone else around is a little overwhelming. But, how did you make it here? I thought it was too far.
I found a card to help me. I needed a way out of the realm of darkness. And then suddenly this card appeared right in front of me. When I picked it up, I could see your heart beyond the darkness. That's what let me find you. I guess the card thought its place was to be with you.
Maybe you were right.
Alright, thanks for sticking around. It's Mickey! Power of light should cancel. Not for too long though. Oh wait, I should split the recording.